Today's date is February 4th, 2021 in Belleville, Texas. With Jackson. Hello. 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 Why would you do that? Judge, I'm about to have a fucking heart attack. Oh my God, damn it. Oh my God. Oh, hell no. That's messed up. That is so freaking messed up. Oh my God. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Oh my God, that was probably under 40. Okay.
But I don't think any of this is record stuff.
And there still has something having tweaked something not right, which is why you 6 participants, but only 4 waiting to wait.
Of course, one of them is me, so I don't know who the. Oh, when Miss Esquivel is here already. Okay. Okay, and then Miss Esquivel, oh, she's not connected yet. Okay, Miss Esquivel. All right. Guess you didn't want to stay. Is she back? No.
I'm sorry, Judge. I was muted. Miss Esquivel is still here. She just turned off her video.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure she knows. I think hers is 2:30.
Okay.
But she's free to watch if she wants to.
Maggie, is that you in the jail? If you can give me a call after we're done. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so already on, and again, Ms. Esquivel, you're free to watch if you want to. I think your case is set for 2:30. That's all right. All right, so we got 2 cases, State of Texas versus Laird Tolliver. And Mr. Tolliver, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you got one case is a assault, family violence, and the other is violation of a protective order. How do you plead to those?
Guilty.
And did you sign? Let's see, get it going. You sign there. Okay, and have you had enough time to go over these with Mr. Anderson?
Yeah, I spoke with him.
And do you have any questions about any of these?
No, sir.
And Mr. Anderson, do you think your client understands his rights and is able to waive them?
I do, Judge.
Okay, and then Laura, do you want to do anything now as far as swearing him in, or how do you want to do this?
Guess if he acknowledges it on camera, it would be okay for us, because I'll sign that document after.
All right, so I'll approve the waiver, and what are the recommendations?
Your Honor, the state's recommendation on the assault family violence charge is 18 days in jail with credit for 18 days served, as well as payment of court costs to begin at a rate of $50 per month. And I don't know if we decided when that would begin, Mr. Anderson.
It's written down here for March 15th.
Is that okay?
Fine.
Okay. On the violation of the protective order case, it's 1 year in jail, probated for a period of 1 year, with the main condition being that the defendant complete a batterer's intervention prevention program, as well as have no contact and stay away from the home and place of work of Chastity Green.
All right, so Mr. Anderson, are those the agreements?
That is, Judge.
And Mr. Tolliver, any questions about that?
No, sir.
Then I'll find you guilty in both cases. On the assault family violence, sent you to 18 days in jail, credit for 18 days served, and you'll start paying the money at $50 a month. On the violation of the protective order, you'd be on probation for 1 year. And during that time, main condition are to complete a battering intervention class and stay away from Chastity Green. Now, you will need to report to the probation department. So when you get out today, did you get some directions as far as to where that office is?
Yes, sir. I kind of know where it is.
Okay, so when you get out today, just go over there so they can do the intake. Okay, all right. If nothing else, then you're all excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I tell you, Laura, still there? Maybe after you sign everything that needs to be signed, we need to send a copy of the
judgments.
Probation judgment over to probation.
Okay, and then I send it to the jail also, correct?
Yeah, I think they want a record too, yes. Okay,
Okay,
so-
Judge. Marie's on her way upstairs.
okay, we're good, thank you. And okie dokie. You are. Thank you. Go back to Miss Esquivel. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you know whether or not anybody else was going to show up today?
No, they're not.
Okay. I mean, if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go.
I'm ready, sir.
Okay. And so you have the testimony, the sample testimony ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We get you to raise your right hand. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you are the petitioner in this case.
Yes,
So
sir.
go ahead and give your testimony.
Your Honor, my name is Jerry Lee Esquivel. I filed this suit for divorce from my spouse, Felix Hernandez Esquivel III. At the time I filed for divorce, I had lived in Texas for at least 6 months and in Austin County for the last 90 days. I'm asking for a divorce because our marriage has become unworkable and there is no reasonable expectation that we will get back together. My spouse and I do not have any children who are under 18 or still in high school. I am not expecting a child now, and I did not have children with anyone else during this marriage. I asked that our property and debts be divided as set out in the decree of divorce I presented to the court. I believe this division is fair to both me and my spouse. I am requesting a name change to a name that was used before we were married as Jerry Lee Money, and I respectfully ask the court to grant my divorce.
Okay, and so now the two of you don't have any any property together, so no land, no cars, trucks,
sir.
anything like that? And is there any debt at all, any credit cards or?
Just my student loans, but that's just mine alone.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna write on here that, but then you're just responsible for the student loan.
Yes, sir.
And what would you say is an estimate as to the, about the time that the two of you separated?
It's been a while. I think it was August. We actually separated in August, but I actually moved out of the home in December.
Okay, so in what year?
2020.
So I'll just say August 1st of 2020.
Yes, sir.
All right, so then based on your testimony, I grant the divorce, approve the property division, and order that your name is changed back to Jerry, Jeri, Lee, Lei, Money, Money.
Correct.
Okay. All right, so if you, at some point, you'll need to get a copy of this to change driver's license and social security, that type of thing. So you can either come up to the clerk's office and get it, or you contact them. There will be a charge. You see, there's 8 pages, so probably about $8-10, something like that.
Okay.
Okay. All righty.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Bye-bye. Haven't heard anything from him and nobody's here,
You may call his office.
I guess. 665-5905.
Hi, this is Clea with Judge Reedy's office. I had Mr. Smith on a probate pre-vet at scheduled for, I think it was 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30, but was he planning on appearing via Zoom? Yeah, 2:30, okay.
Okay.
No problem. We'll just wait for him. Thank you. Bye. That's what it was 2. All right, it might have been 2:30.
All right, here's somebody. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Judge.
All right. So do you have your witnesses there?
They are scooting around the desk as we speak.
Okay.
Okay?
Get both of you to raise your right hands. Do you and each of you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I did.
Okay.
All right. You may
Okay,
proceed.
If you want to sit back down, and then Dwayne, if you want to sit here.
Okay.
Judge, do you have a copy of the order admitting proposed order?
I do.
Okay. Would you state your name, please?
Dwayne Dennis Meyer.
And are you the co-applicant in this case?
Yes, I am.
And you are the child of the decedent?
I am.
And you live in Spring, Texas, on Triple Spur Lane.
That is correct.
Did your mother pass away on December the 12th of 2020 in Cruzy Village in Brenham?
She did, yes.
and she was 91 years of age at the time.
Correct?
And at the time she died, even though she was in Washington County, she had a domicile and fixed place of residence here in Austin County,
Yes, you did.
out on Highway 36. She had an estate that was generally described as having real estate, cash, personal effects, and household goods. And a general estimate of the value of the estate was about $750,000.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to hand you what purports to be a copy of the original will. Judge, do you have the original will in the file?
I do.
Yeah, okay,
Looks like it.
okay. Do you recognize the handwriting on that?
Yes.
Okay. As far as you know, was that will ever revoked?
No.
Judge, we'd ask you to take judicial recognition that the will is self-proving is allowed.
I will.
Was there any child born or adopted after the making of the will?
No, sir.
And your mother was married one time, and that was Elmer Dennis Meyer,
Yes, that's correct.
and he predeceased your mother.
Yes.
And there are two children, and that's yourself and Denise Diane Mursky.
That's correct.
And is there a necessity for the administration of the estate?
Yes.
And you are named as a joint independent executor by the will, is that correct?
Yes.
Have you ever been declared incompetent?
No.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime involving moral turpitude?
No.
Is there any state governmental agency or charitable organization named as a beneficiary in the will?
No.
Pass the witness, Judge.
All right, you can call your next.
Okay. Y'all will stop. Would you please state your name?
Denise Diane Mursky.
And are you the co-applicant in this matter?
Yes,
And you're the child of Ornell Meyer?
yes,
And did your mother die on or about December 12th, 2020?
yes,
And she was in Cruiser Village at the time?
yes,
And she was 91 years of age.
correct.
Even though she was in Washington County, she had a domicile and fixed place of residence here in Austin County,
Yes,
out on Highway 36. And she has an estate has land and cash and personal effects, household goods, round ballpark figure of $750,000.
yes,
And you have in your hand what appears to be a copy of the will. Do you recognize that instrument?
yes,
Do you recognize your mother's signature on that instrument?
yes,
Okay, as far as you know, was that will ever revoked?
no,
Judge, you've already taken judicial notice of the self-proving.
Yes.
Was there any child born or adopted after the making of that will?
no,
Your mother was married one time, and that was Elmer Dennis Meyer,
yes,
and there were only two children born of that marriage, and that was Dwayne, who's already testified, and yourself.
yes,
And there is a necessity for administration of the estate,
yes,
and you've been named as independent executor without bond. Have you ever been declared incompetent?
no,
Have you ever been convicted of felony or a crime involving moral turpitude?
no,
Is there any governmental agency or state agency or charitable organization named in the will as a beneficiary?
no,
Pass the witness.
All right, well, then based on the testimony, I admit the will into probate, appoint the two applicants as the independent co-executors of the estate. There will be inventory that'll be due in 90 days, and Mr. Smith will help you get that put together. So if you just get me or get the affidavit and the oath filed with the clerk, then they can issue the letters.
Okay, thank you, Judge. May we be
Thank you.
excused?
You may, thank you.
Thank you.